reviewed your white paper. Cross-dimensional resonance, a preliminary theory. Miskatonics restricted up the chain.
It wasn't intended for wide circular...
It wasn't circulated, just noticed. That's why we're here.
So who exactly are you representing?
Private patrons. Let's call them strategic futurists. They specialize in funding unconventional technologies.
You're not from the government.
Not in the sense you mean. We're not interested in weaponizing your work, Dr. Laurent. We're offering complete autonomy with resources.
Resources mean control.
Not necessarily. We've reviewed your designs. To be blunt, you won't get past early-stage resonance mapping without external fabrication. Your work demands very specific equipment, high-tolerance paramagnetic shielding arrays, ion-cooled...
You're saying you can provide all that?
Yes, and more. A private facility, off-grid, staff salaries, legal cover.
In exchange for what?
Progress reports, internal logs, equipment readouts we want to observe.
You're proposing complete transparency on our part and none on yours.
That's fair criticism. So here's our concession. You choose the location, you choose the team, you name the equipment. We'll acquire it, no questions asked.
We'll need custom isolator stacks, prototype signal filters, an adaptive frequency parser, not off the shelf. It'll have to be built to spec.
We anticipated that. We've already commissioned a parser from a supplier. Military grade. Modifiable. You can retrofit it.
That would shave off 2 years at least.
Fine. If we do this, it's under our direction, no representatives on site, no interruptions.
Understood. But once you're operational, we'd like periodic access to the raw signal data. Just that, nothing proprietary.
Strange configuration. Doesn't match our existing architecture.
It's a flexible design. You adapt it. That's what you do.
Right. But this stays our invention. The science is ours.
It always was.
Over the line, you know, when you ride, you're
My name is Dr. Richard Lewis. I am the director of the Project Celestial Dimensions here at the Tesseract Research Division. If you're viewing this, you've either been recently cleared for portal access work, or you've been reassigned to a Class C observation unit. In either case, welcome. To date, we have cataloged over 1,000 individual portals, each tethered to dimensions beyond conventional space-time. Some are stable indefinitely, others collapse spontaneously, often without warning. Roughly 38% of our known portals are considered active. Stabilization protocols vary depending on harmonic alignment and frequency input. Frequency, in particular, is our greatest variable. Portals tuned to higher frequencies are more likely to access what we classify as high celestial planes. These are dimensions inhabited by intelligences that far exceed our comprehension, many of which exert observable influence even across the portal boundary. Lower frequencies are preferred for ongoing research. They reduce the likelihood of encountering sentient reactive dimensional entities. It's important to remember portals are unidirectional. Dimensional residents cannot see, hear, or access our side. However, they can, in rare cases, perceive their own interference, and that alone is cause for caution. All personnel working in proximity to open portals are required to wear Class 4 hazmat suits. Radiation levels vary, and exposure to interdimensional drift particles has produced inconsistent biological effects. Our communication rooms remain on 24-hour monitoring. Signals, broadcasts, or linguistic fragments that emerge must be transcribed exactly and forwarded to linguistics for decryption. If you hear something unusual, report it, don't interpret it. Danger class portals must be sealed immediately upon anomalous activity, no exceptions. Immediate reaction force is to remain on standby at all times. Even in the absence of a threat, their role is non-negotiable. Prevention's the only true containment. Finally, all human testing suspended indefinitely. Tester 1 was lost in an uncontrolled dimension with hostile conditions. Until further notice, all exploration will proceed via autonomous drone cameras. We observe, we record, we do not interfere. Thank you for your service. Stay vigilant. And remember, our doors open only one way.
Vice Director Adam McKay, Tesseract Research Division, personal log. This isn't for the board or the department heads. This one's just for me. It's been a ride. 3 months since the first portal stabilized. Hard to believe. I remember the celebration. We opened the sky and stepped into God's blind spots. The progress is incredible. Hundreds of recorded entries. Autonomous drones now stream back footage from over 60 different realms. Some are barren, some eerily familiar. Others are beyond comprehension. But one's been bothering me. It connects to what we've internally labeled a cosmic type instability. The first drone lasted 12 seconds before signal distortion. What we got back was flickers, geometry that shouldn't exist, sound that felt like pressure behind your eyes. I piloted the second drone manually. That wasn't It's foggy. Most of the tape is just glitches and static. But I remember sound, a voice, a rhythm, something aware. When I pulled off the headset, I lost time. 5, maybe 10 minutes. My assistant said I was whispering nonsense. My limbs locked up. I couldn't remember my own name. Dick was concerned. He ordered the portal sealed, called it a high celestial breach, said that kind of contact shouldn't happen again. I agreed at the time. But lately, there's been this presence. I can't sleep without hearing the tone again. It's like something's waiting for me to remember something important. Something I saw in there. I think it wants me to open it again. I know how that sounds. I'm fine. It's nothing, just stress. Still, I wanted this recorded, just in case.
that most сьогодні не по ігрої. Це сили безслушне. Imagine a home where the sun always shines, where the air is clean, the sky is quiet, and the neighbors never complain. TRD presents you the Celestial Dimensions. Tesseract Research Division invites you to become one of the first homeowners in our newly stabilized Celestial Subdivision 3A. Located just 0.72 dimensions away from Earth and now available for public habitation. With homes starting at half the Earth market price and guaranteed anomaly-free for 12 months, now's the time to invest in the future you deserve. Peace, privacy, progress. TRD brings you tomorrow today. Call 1-800-TRD-H.O.M.E to request a viewing housing approval subject to dimensional stability assessment. TRD, opening doors to a better reality.
Imagine a world where healthcare is no longer limited by walls, where help is never out of reach, and where every patient gets the space and care they deserve. Across the globe, healthcare infrastructure faces unprecedented strain, overcrowded hospitals, limited emergency capacity, cross-contamination risks. At the Tesseract Research Division, dimensional research isn't just exploration, it offers practical solutions. Introducing the H.E.A.L initiative. Holistic exo-adapted life from the innovators at TRD. Purpose-built, controlled, secure. Exo-adapted environments constructed within stable dimensional sectors, beyond terrestrial constraints. Powered by breakthrough advances in spatial technology. H.E.A.L provides unlimited care space beyond the boundaries of Earth. No more overcrowded hospitals, no more long wait times. With H.E.A.L, we are bringing tomorrow's healthcare beyond today. Custom built, fully isolated, and continuously monitored, your safety is our mission. Every medical zone operates independently, with critical supplies transported via secured logistics corridors. On-site personnel maintain continuous oversight. H.E.A.L zones are scalable by design. Emergency surge space, long-term care, even quarantine containment, all isolated from known environmental risks. Space for everyone. Care without compromise. The H.E.A.L Initiative. Healthcare without limits.
Good afternoon. For those who haven't worked directly with my team, I'm Dr. Helena Rosenberg, lead on dimensional physics and stability modeling here at TRD. Today's briefing is mandatory for all new personnel assigned to portal site operations, theoretical modeling, or archive access. We'll cover three things: why this project is classified, the foundational science behind portal formation, brief context for recent safety protocols, and canceled expansion plans. Let's begin. Officially, the Tesseract Research Division was founded as a private energy technology think tank in the early 1980s under Dr. Richard Laurent and Dr. Adam McKay. Staff documents still reflect this public-facing label. Unofficially, our work shifted toward investigating dimensional rift phenomena after a series of quantum irregularities were replicated under lab conditions in 1985. From that point, all research became internally classified. Every employee here has signed a binding non-disclosure agreement under Section 12B of the Secure Development Charter. That agreement is indefinite and enforceable. The theoretical basis of our portal research is grounded in the double-slit experiment. When a particle is observed going through two slits, it behaves differently than when it's not observed. When unobserved, it creates an interference pattern, suggesting it exists in multiple states simultaneously. This isn't just a quirk of quantum mechanics. It's a clue. Reality doesn't collapse into a fixed timeline until an observation forces it to. Now combine that with string theory, which proposes that the fundamental units of reality aren't particles, but vibrating strings, existing in up to 11 dimensions. When the vibration states of these strings align in very specific configurations, what we perceive as space-time can intersect with other realities, other branches of the universe where different outcomes occurred. Most alternate dimensions we access through portals are adjacent decision branches, timelines where one variable, one choice, played out differently. The further from our branch, the more unstable the dimension becomes. Time, matter, and even physics itself start to break from our constants. This is why our portals don't simply go somewhere. They often open into unstable or non-coherent environments. Many are uninhabitable. Some are structurally incomplete. A portal is not a door. It is a forced overlap between two incompatible dimensional membranes. Each portal requires active stabilization. Without it, the boundary between realities collapses in seconds, sometimes catastrophically. Even a stabilized portal is never permanent. Fluctuations, distortions, and visual anomalies are common, and in some cases, entities from the other side have been observed mimicking patterns from our own reality. We believe the act of observation itself may influence the dimensional link, not just mechanically, but consciously. In plain terms, the more we watch, the more it changes. In 1992, Dr. Laurent was seriously injured during a stabilization attempt on a prototype portal. At that time, there were no formal protocols for interference during rift events. His actions were well-intentioned, but premature. The result was a partial collapse in atmospheric recoil, triggering a portal system explosion that embedded metallic shrapnel. This event directly led to the development of the Do Not Interfere protocol, now standard in all dimensional operations. The clearance level system we use today, particularly the Level 5 restriction for portal sealing and stabilization decisions, was implemented later by the TRD board. As of this date, only Dr. Laurent holds Level 5 access. In 1994 and 1996, TRD explored controlled use of stable dimensions for public applications. These included infinite storage via benign warehouse zones, off-grid real estate in stable non-Earth dimensions, and many more. We even produced preliminary advertisements. Ultimately, these plans were scrapped, not due to cost, but because even stable portals proved inconsistent over time. Some zones exhibited spatial drift. Others experienced exposure to hostile environmental variables. In one case, a stable zone became non-navigable within 48 hours. No model was safe enough for public use. This project is classified and likely will remain so indefinitely. The science of portals is rooted in branching quantum states, dimensional overlap, and observation-based distortion. All personnel must adhere to non-interference protocols during stabilization processes. Expansion plans have been canceled due to instability, unpredictability, and risk to human life. You will receive further briefings on your assigned portal site protocols this week. Thank you for your attention. Questions will be addressed in your smaller unit meetings.
This is Dr. Conrad Vance, attending psychiatrist. I am joined today by portal technician Frank Wilson. This session is being recorded for internal documentation and evaluation purposes. You've been referred due to reports of unusual behavior during shifts and off hours. You've isolated yourself from colleagues, skipped mandatory debriefs, and your direct supervisor logged 3 work sessions where you allegedly spoke to yourself. Frank, can you tell me, in your own words, why you think you're here?
You think I'm the one who doesn't belong here?
That's not what I asked. I want to understand your perception.
My perception. Reality isn't real. Not in the way we measure it. It's a rhythm, folded behind our bones. Most people just can't hear the hum underneath the silence. But once you hear it, you can't unhear it.
You believe the world is some kind of illusion?
Not illusion. A dream. A long one. But we're not the ones dreaming.
And who, in your view, is dreaming?
Does it matter? The soil doesn't know the shape of the hand pressing it, but it still bends. It's the messenger. It always comes when the shapes change.
The messenger?
It has many faces. Crawls in the chaos.
The shapes?
It speaks through geometry. Non-Euclidean. You wouldn't recognize them as shapes. They're ideas that were geometry. They fold inside out and keep speaking long after you stop looking. They're messages you feel in your bones. In fact, we can see more clearly without eyes.
Frank, do you believe these shapes or frequencies are giving you instructions?
I think they're waiting to see if I understand.
I see now. The circle isn't round. Not when seen sideways.
You heard it too. What did it say to you?
The gate. It's alive.
Yainga Yog Sototh Hilgeb Fai Throg Wa Ogthrod I've Geb Li Yog Sototh Gang Eyes Ro.
Technician Wilson displays no signs of ongoing psychological disturbance, cognitive function intact, no threat to self or others. Subject is cleared for return to Portal's wing.
Thank you, Doctor.
To the sky, way up and high there in the night, stars on our right, beyond the past, now then at last, prism walls break, old ones awake, they will return, mankind will learn new kinds of fear, when they are here, they will reclaim, all in their name, hopes turn to black, when they come back, ignorant fools, mankind are rules, where they will then, it's theirs again, stars burning, burning, boiling and shining, more, a returning season of doom.
Scary, 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 scary solstice, very, very, very scary solstice.
Up from the sea, from underground, down from the sky, they're all around.
They will return, mankind will learn new kinds of fear when they are here.
Look to the sky, way up and high there in the night, stars on our right, beyond the past, now then at last, prison walls break, old ones awake, madness will reign, terror and pain, woes without end, where they extend, ignorant fools, mankind are rules, where they will then, it's theirs again, stars burning, boiling and shining, cold, a returning season of doom.
Scary, 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 scary solstice, very, very, very scary solstice.
Up from the sea, from underground, down from the sky, they're all around.
In the sky, way up on high, there in the night, stars now are right, they will return.
They will return.
County Sheriff's Office. This call is recorded. What's your emergency?
Hey, I can't give my name. Sorry. I'm calling from a company site near Kingman. It's private, a communications post, part of a research facility. Look, I just...
Sir, are you reporting a crime or danger to your... You mean Tesseract Research? No, we're aware of that site. It's private jurisdiction. What's this about?
But something's not right. Our head director, Dr. Richard Laurent, he died last week. Sudden cardiac arrest, that's what they said. But nobody...
And you're an employee there? Are you indicating a murder?
I'm a communications technician. After Laurent died, the board made Vice Director, Dr. Adam McKay, new head director, overnight, which is suspicious.
I see. And why is that a concern?
He's not well. He's been unstable for years. Talks to himself in his office, sometimes in the middle of the night, yelling. I've I've heard him over the intercom occasionally. Since he took over, he's reopened sealed departments, labs that were shut down for safety reasons.
Are you reporting unsafe working conditions?
Yeah, and more. He's restarted human testing just days after Laurent died. His personal team, some of them are fanatics. They hurt themselves. A woman in linguistics, she mutilated her own face, had to be restrained. They were taken to the infirmary, but nobody's talking about it. The medical team just patches them up. The director says it's stress, burnout, but that's not what this is. We used to run everything through machines for a reason. These tests, they're not safe.
Are you in danger now, sir?
Not yet, but something's coming. I feel it. Everyone does. Since they reopened those wings, people started seeing things. Hallucinations, maybe. Some hear voices. I'm not going into detail. I see them too, but
things like what?
I can't describe how horrific they are.
What was that? We just got some kind of interference. Sir, if this is a prank call, you understand there are penalties.
No, that's been happening. Them bands, shortwave, internal, whatever it is, it's not local.
What exactly do you do at the facility?
I listen. That's my job. Incoming signals. Sometimes voice, sometimes... For the last 2 days, it's been different. There's something under the normal feed, like a whisper. We tried scrubbing it. Nothing removes it. You hear it long enough, and you start changing. This isn't a joke. But if something happens here, if contact is lost, please note the name Adam McKay. He's responsible.
Do you want to speak to a deputy? There.
It's locked down. Just keep a copy of this call. If you hear static like that again, or weird signals across your channels, remember...
Sir, are you certain you're safe where you are?
Das lassen Sie nicht
We are currently experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.
TRD log. This is Dr. Judith Adams, Systems Operations Lead. It's been 3 days since the Portal 5 reversal. I'm recording this on behalf of the remaining 4 of us. We've locked ourselves inside the secondary studio. The rest of the facility is overrun, not just with those things, but with madness. I've seen it. We've all seen it. Screaming voices echo through rooms that are supposed to be empty. Time skips in the hallways. Some sections are rotting like flesh. Sometimes I hear myself speaking from the next room, even though I haven't left this chair. Before everything went dark, we received a final transmission from Orbital Signal Team C. They tracked an object approaching, roughly 415 meters long, dense, metallic structure, unlike anything natural. They believed it would make impact near our location. There's no error in the trajectory. It's coming. They had analyzed the object's surface, reflective, structured, almost manufactured. The last science techs died trying to reroute the orbital feed. We received their data just before signal loss. No one left to confirm it now. We don't know what Director McKay intended. He was last seen activating the Portal 5 rig manually, and then forcing the system into reversal. Before he triggered the reversal, he was seen mutilated, eyes removed, nose severed, still walking, still speaking. The gateway structure collapsed. We expected the facility to be torn apart. Instead, we're elsewhere. The environment's wrong. We're not on Earth. The sky outside the breached upper bay is moving like liquid. The stars don't match any known constellation. We saw what happened. Blood, screaming, and then the voices began. Some survivors changed, speaking in tongues. Some of them gouged their eyes out, claiming they could see more clearly now. We've locked ourselves in since then. We think the madness was already here, waiting. Maybe the reversal didn't cause this. Maybe it revealed it. We've received no signals in 2 days. All departments silent. Labs, containment, medical, gone. There are things moving in the dark beyond this wing. We can't reach the supply division. The corridors are wrong. Loops, mirrored reflections. Sometimes we walk for hours and end up back here. We've rationed everything in the studio, but we won't last more than 2 days. So, we die by hunger, or we wait for the asteroid to finish the job. Either way, this is the end of our log. If anyone hears this, I know what's going to happen to us. We've seen it before, with Tester 1 and the others. When they were lost in the dimensions, they weren't just missing. They were removed from existence. Their families forgot them. Their records disappeared. Even we forgot. If the tapes didn't exist, we wouldn't even know they were part of this project. That's what's coming for us. And that's why we are recording this. So if anyone out there finds this signal, you'll know that we existed. We were real.
We are currently experiencing technical difficulties. Please stand by.